Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. And it looks like we tapped the top of the range yet again. What does that mean for the liquidity, and where are we going? Are we just range trading? Today is Thursday, October 26th, midweek reversal Thursday. Are we going to get a bit of a reversal on this diagonal pitch fan to the upside? We're turning this off as we go here. Almost reaching the 618, which would be up in this 35.6 region. Do we tap that 618 region in this diagonal pitch fan? That is the question. Let's go into high block capital. What is high block, you say? Well, people lock their liquidity into the charts to get burnt to a crisp by the market maker for not using a stop loss, and we get to see where those crispy characters are. So let's do it now. As we go into the 1 minute, gotta log in, so give me a second. Okay, all good now. Delete that one, and then we should be good. All right, let's go. So they retraced back up into, let's go see this entire range of liquidity here. So after coming down into some 50x longs, 55 million longs, they came back into the 194 million in short liquidity of the 25xers at 34,609, and they went up to their partners in crime up here as well, 100xers that were holding from 34,979, and they fatigued off their carcasses at 35k.
Fatality.
Meanwhile, inducing some longs to the tune of maybe 100 million in here that they 100x back, they came back on the 100xers on, and the 50x brethren, and ate those guys as well.
Fatality.
And now where do we go from here? We induced another 117 million in 100xers that they're going to easily come back to those 100x guys. Do they come up to the 50x, or are these the lucky campers that are waiting to retrace into this $19 billion? Currently 19 billion imbalance to both sides on the long side, and you have some getting induced on both sides here. 87 million below, 117 million above. So do they retrace down lower? Was that the lucky guy who got to enter in here for the 65 million pool? Let's expand our vision to the higher time frame pools, and let's go shout out to the chat. Let's see who is in the chat today. As I said in the last NASDAQ stream, I will not be doing the New York live open from next week, because it is essentially the algorithm does not bless live streamers, so it's kind of a unfortunate thing. So I will just do recap videos. This was basically the gains from yesterday. We had huge amounts of gains from yesterday's live stream, but no one there to see it. So it was kind of the irony of it all. The irony of it all. All right, so if we go into the 7-day, you do have loads of single-digit pools on both sides. Currently thicker to the downside at 27k. Do we come all the way down to that at some point? Maybe. The reason being, we did sweep the entire range now, so this entire liquidity band beyond 33k, 34k is gone. They had to induce some more. So there are some new fresh shorts opening, paving the way to 40k and beyond. Needs to get thicker, so going sideways is the clue. Retracing into some of these vectors maybe, and spiking back up, similar to what they did at the previous time they hit the high at 31. Swept all of the 3-month liquidity. All the 3-month liquidity is gone. They have to induce some more here. So all the streamers calling for 40K, there's no liquidity to go to 40K. It's going to be a while before they start to induce that. So hopefully you take profits on your longs and consider maybe looking for 3 hits to the high for a short, because there is thicker bands down below now that if these guys don't pay themselves, we could retrace into the halving from here on out. You never know. And then 6 month also, the band is clear. There is some up at 36.3, but that's about it. Going to the 2 year, they straight up ganked everything on the 2 year except this 36.4, 133 billion. But when they leave some, just like they left some down below here at 15K. They left 100 billion down below. And there was no liquidity there to justify going lower, so they didn't. So if there's no liquidity to justify going higher, why would they? There's nothing at 40K, and none of the streamers are looking at this. I mean, maybe one, maybe Trader's Reality does, but he's always got that on point level 2 data. So 36.4 is 133 billion up here, and that's about it. You do have 71 billion getting induced, 20 billion up in that 37.2, but a big empty band beyond that point. So got to see some more induction sideways. That's why we're putting it into a band here, a price band here. We're putting these ranges between these Fibonacci levels, saying we would likely come back up to hit these highs again and see what would happen. So we consolidated here 1, 2, 3 times to the high, 2 if you technically go off of this range up here. So let's go ahead and turn on our momentum, the Momo. What's the Momo looking like today? What's up, APV? Link in the description for more. Scroll down to features, toggle everything at your leisure. See the nice bottom at 15K before we knew it was the bottom. Read about the baselines, the trend clouds, stochastic array, and all that fun stuff as it comes into prominence. Got the nuke, chilled out for a little bit, came down to here. That's why we're looking at this as a simple range bound thing. I don't see us going that further down. So far holding the cloud. The interesting thing on this hourly time frame is this super trend. This super trend has been holding strong all the way back since the beginning of this trend in October 12th. So this super trend has not broke once, not once. So this super trend is the clue for continuation or not. If we break 33,750 zone, then you can expect to kind of retrace into some of these vector candles possibly later. The cloud is starting to thin here, and you're most likely getting some bearish divergence. The hourly is resetting. I know some YouTubers were putting out some projections, but they came to their senses when we came up in here, thankfully, and told their audience we're not likely going to 40K just yet. But they were putting their measured moves up here like total zombies. So we're going to go into the higher time frame and see how it goes. All right, so the money flow has now brought itself up to the RSI. This is what we were talking about with that disparity between the money flow and the RSI. That disparity, the money flow gravitates up to the RSI. Now it's gravitated up to the RSI. The average of the Williams is coming to a region here. So MACD still opened pretty massively here, but at some point you're going to get that cross on the daily. It has yet to cross exactly yet. We close in about 15 minutes. 2 more days on the 3-day. You do have a moving average here, the adaptive moving average, up at that 36.3 region. No liquidity there just yet to justify going up to that 36.3. I guess you could go sweep that wick, get that short band of 25 extras up here. It is thicker. So there is a thicker band that they could come back and hit one last time with a scam wick or something. And yeah, maybe you get this draw to the average. We never got to, the last time we got there was in March 2022. We rejected off of it. So watch that level at 36.3. If we ever get there, how do we react? Do we close 3-day candles beneath it like we did here and start to reverse? That would make sense on the halving, into the halving. People distributing and then reaccumulating down in these regions. So going to the 22-hour. 22-hour also getting overbought. It's cooked. That's all she wrote. Needs to come back down a little bit. 12-hour. Starting to come down here on the stochastic and the money flow, and the RSI could come down to the money flow here this time. These little red band at the average here could start to come into that and give you that alarm cross on the 12-hour. 14 minutes for the 12-hour to close, and then you're getting these tweezer top type ideas above that 2 Fibonacci level. Do we go higher or lower? 6-hour time frame sputtering here on the reset at the 50 level, giving the insinuation that it maybe wants to go higher. However, you're starting to get that baseline above the price action here. What do I mean by that? Well, read about the baselines. They're your first sign of reversal, and when the price action rests beneath these as and it begins to cross, downside begins. So will we start to see that cross down event? If the 6-hour is insinuating it, then the 8-hour has yet to do it. Interesting. Going to the 4-hour, we've already most likely got it. And we're double topping, possibly, but the baseline's holding above the price action, insinuating you can come down into this super trend or cloud kiss idea, possibly on the 4-hour. The cloud is mighty thick, as is the angle here at 2 o'clock. So not yet abating on the 4-hour. The 4-hour is still strong. 1 hour, it's all up to the 1 hour. 1 hour cloud here starting to weaken. Do we get below this cloud at 34.2? If you start to come beneath this cloud on midweek reversal, even just slightly, and then bounce and bearishly retest, you could be coming to the bottom of this range to reclaim this wick. So I would watch for this region here at the cloud at 34.2. That will be a key point on the cloud. How does the cloud react here? Do you start to see the bearish overtones shift to purple? The angle at which is possibly insinuating that shift on the hourly time frame. So we were talking about how Wednesday could possibly go sideways, and it kind of did up in that range. You got that cloud shift here, the opposite end of the spectrum. We reclaimed the cloud, started to shift it in our favor, and boom, we were gone. Now the opposite is true. You're getting kind of an ABC within this A wave, with the cloud shifting in an angle here, like so. So are you getting this to continue down to here to break the hourly cloud? Looks like it could be the case. You are oversold on the 15, but this last little bit could bring some fury to the downside on that stochastic probability reset. It is midweek reversal, and even the reversal could just be within this small structure of this range-bound price action as they induce more liquidity. Nothing major, just from 35.4 or 34.5 down to possibly the 33K region. As you get higher in price, the price differential does not make that big of a difference as it does down below. We had a 33% increase in 12 days from down here on October 12th. So do we see that continue or sputter? Most likely sputter to get the liquidity coming back in. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, folks. Let's go see what the Dixie's doing. The Dixie did start to make its way back up here. We're saying it could draw up to this gap here while Bitcoin goes sideways and people take their profits and reinvest it back into the dollar, most notably the US government, as they manipulate the oil markets. The NQ took a large tumble yesterday after the live stream. We did not stay awake for the news, but ooh, look, we're getting a rocket ship on the NASDAQ. Does the NASDAQ come down to this fair value gap region that we had marked out here and start to bounce? The last rocket ship did. So we're going to get another rocket ship retrace up into these regions. We can delete this. And delete that 382, leave that there, and reassess the situation after off stream. We have to do a recap video today too. So that is all she wrote. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Simple as for BTC. Watch that level 34.2. Do we hold this cloud and shift it or not? That is the question. Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable, an inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day. And we'll do the same, bringing the fire, the actually, the precision, all that fun stuff. And we'll look at XRP for you. Martin Leroy, XRP, let's do that really quick. And Algo. Oh, it's been a while since we had some requests, so we'll do Algo and XRP since we got you. Algo first, then XRP. And the beauty of the Algo here is that we can see what's going on with the Algo quickly. Oh yeah, let me turn back on I was doing a video, I didn't want the watermark on, but I like the watermark when I'm looking at stuff. So basically same kind of thing for BTC. You're coming back into some ranges here. Basically you came back into these structures, kind of tapped into it once. You come back a third time, you got possibly a double top scenario. You got some fair value gaps in here, most notably up in here. So do you come up to that 10-cent region? Possibly. Not gonna predict everything. And then if we go to the 1 minute chart, I think we can look at Algo's liquidity, so let's do that. Oh wow, I can look at the 1 month. Yeah, so there's a bunch of liquidity up above still. They can squeeze these shorts. Wow, you could do the 1 month on Algo. Ooh, that's beautiful. Getting this $70 of value for free, my friends. So you could get this little push up into these regions, grabbing some of that juiciness of the shorts, trying to short this range here. The alts haven't yet to see their rally, so we could see a little bit of an alt rally as the dominance drops too. So this Bitcoin dominance could be dropping because we're getting a nuke here. So the dominance could come down here. And then with the dominance coming down and the USDT dominance possibly coming back up, people taking their profits into USDT, which means they're going to be looking for something to go into. So total 3 could have a little bit more of a surge. You could have an altcoin rally for the alts. So I see why you're looking at the alts. So Algo could see a little bit of a move here. No guarantees in life, no guarantees in trading, but yeah, that rocket ship play out from back there too. And yeah, looking at these regions, can you break above that and come to the higher zone. What would this be like? How, can you hold that cloud or not? The angle, I'm not really digging the angle so much here. So if we break beneath it, just like Bitcoin, you could bearishly retest coming below that and then going lower. Two projections here. You got the hourly super trend resetting here. More likely than not, you do get a little bit of a surge up based on the what's it called? The liquidity, saying that there's more upside in store, and the alt rally idea. XRP, hopefully that was clear. XRP got everything stabbed to the upside here. Not really much liquidity on the monthly here to grab, so the move has played out. If we go to a 3-month, oh, I love that you can do the 3-month here now. So they basically took all of the liquidity here on the 3-month. There's a lot of positional traders down below, so did they come down into some of this? They do have some older shorts up here that they could come back to. Let's go ahead and see XRP on the 1 minute. Oh, I love that they added the alts like that. That was really smart of them. For the value that you're paying, they should give you more stuff. So there is some shorts up here in the 56.9 region, so they could do the same thing with the alt rally idea, coming back into some of these shorts that opened up into the drop here. There's a thicker band up above at 56.9. Let's go ahead and do that for XRP. So coming back into this region, I'm gonna reset everything actually, and coming back into this little band of this fair value gap makes the most sense at this time. Coming back into this, perhaps. The cloud though on the hourly, not looking so hot. Getting this shift similar to Bitcoin. Can you make it above it? The super trend level has been holding since back here, broke through it a little bit at the 14th, but basically after that liquidity grab has been holding since Thursday, October 19th. Yeah, I gotta go soon. So this is gonna be it. So it looks like it could be very much the same. You come up to here, do you continue or do you drop beneath it? Key level where we're at right now. Watch this zone. And that's about all she wrote. I got to go take my son to school. So that is all for me, you guys. Once again, thank you very much for your time, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. NASDAQ futures. See ya.